Welcome back to Bowling Green and Diddle Arena for the Wendy's Classic as the Louisville Cardinals are still warming up down to our left. Take a look at the Bulldogs of Louisiana Tech. 4 of 5 starters returning from a basketball team last year that won 26 games. The officials for tonight's game, Louis Grillo and Don Rutledge. Normally we handle or operate with 3 officials. Paul, the reason we have 2 tonight?
One of the few games where there are only 2 men officiating. Some conferences are using only 2. I thought the Sun Belt was using 3, but apparently this being Western's home floor, Sun Belt Conference officials, and they're going with only 2 tonight.
Introducing the starting lineups for tonight's basketball game. At the guard spots, Alan Davis is number 5. That's Willie Simmons. He'll play in the middle. He's number 33, a 6'10 senior. Robert Godbolt, number 45, a 6'5 sophomore, and that is Karl Malone, a junior from Summerfield, Louisiana, averaging 18 points a game, shooting 50% from the floor, 69% from the free throw line, and 8 rebounds a game, and a bona fide big man in college basketball. The indication is, as you look at the 2 guards who were introduced, Alan Davis and Wayne Smith, the indication, Jerry Eves, that Mr. Malone is among the top 5 big men in college basketball.
Yes, he was one of the last people cut in the Olympic tryouts, and Bobby Knight really liked the way he was physical around the basket and didn't get intimidated very often. So he should be a good pro player if he can take it to the big guys and put it in the hole.
Andy Russo is in his 6th season as the head basketball coach of Louisiana Tech. Now the Louisville Cardinals, Mark McSwain, starting at 1 forward spot, the 6'7 sophomore from Atlanta. Manuel Forrest, who told me just a little bit earlier that he was maybe 60% tonight. He's still operating with that injured ankle. In the middle is Barry Sumter, 6'11 sophomore from Lovejoy, Illinois. And at the guard spots, 6'4 junior from Ashland Fairview, Jeff Hall. And at the other guard spot, in the place of the injured Milt Wagner, is Billy Thompson, who leads this basketball team in almost every category right now. 14 points a game, 57% free throw shooter. Excuse me, 57% from the floor as you look at Denny Crum in his 14th year at Louisville. Billy is averaging 7 rebounds a game and 14 assists. One of the problems, Jerry Eves, so far early in this season through the 2 games for Louisville has been the discrepancy in how many free throws Louisville and the opponents are shooting. As you take a look, the only meeting in history between these 2 basketball teams back in 1930, that was in the Southern Independent Athletic Association tournament down in Jackson, Mississippi. Tech won that game. But from the free throw standpoint, Louisville has had only 31 free throws compared to the opposition's 48.
That's the problem. Coach Crum's offense, and John Wooden set it up that way to have the low post where there's always in good rebound position. Well, Louisville's not getting offensive rebounds, and they're not drawing the fouls of teams in the past. They're really going to have to concentrate on going to the offensive boards and not tipping at the ball, but taking it up strong to draw the foul.
One of the advantages that Louisville will have tonight, unlike the Athletes in Action contest, is that this team will not be pressing Louisville.
That's true. They're not a pressing team, and they really like to set it up and use their power inside. But if Coach Jones said if they get the opportunity, they will run.
This basketball game is underway. Louisville has not played in the Wendy's Classic since Milt Wagner was a freshman down here. Jerry Eves, you played in that contest.
I was a senior. Milt Wagner shot his first ball. He shot an air ball. After that, he played real well, though. He said he had to get the jitters after the next 4 years.
Thompson over to Jeff Hall, moves across the top of the key.
They're in a zone which Louisville expected.
And Louisville just takes it straight in, and Barry Sumter went up strong and drew a foul, and the foul called against Karl Malone.
They did a very good job of getting it inside. We have to get Barry off to a good start. We need him to play 2 halves. He played well in the second half against Athletes in Action. He has to play both halves tonight for U of L to win.
Barry Sumter will go to the free throw line looking for his first free throw of the season. He has been there 3 times in the previous 2 games. He hasn't hit one yet.
Davey jinxed it.
Normally when you talk about somebody missing, going 0 for 1, 0 for 2, 0 for 3, and 0 forever, he'll make it. Let's see what happens here. So far, he's been zip for 4. Barry's going to change that. Here we go.
That'll help Barry's confidence at the free throw line. Free throws are nothing but confidence. As soon as you get a few down, you'll be able to start hitting consistently.
Louisville pressing all over the floor. Almost came up with a steal in the double team momentarily. They'll bring it back out front. And Louisiana Tech will set it up offensively for the first time tonight. Malone playing the high post right there, and then he goes low. Swing it out to Simmons on the left side, and then to Godbolt, and a whistle inside, and a foul called against Malone, and that is his second early in this game.
For pushing off. Karl is a very strong post player, but he was using his arms to push off, and you cannot do that in the college game. You have to keep your elbows in. Barry was doing a great job of fronting him from block to block. Coach Crum definitely told Barry if we let him get it inside, he'll get 20 tonight.
We have played less than a minute of this contest, and already Karl Malone, the superstar for Louisiana Tech, has 2 personals on him. Manuel Forrest, jumper, left side. Louisville has scored the first 3 points of this game, and we were talking on the ride down today from Louisville, Paul, that we thought it would be nice if the Cardinals got off to a quick start tonight.
They need it from a confidence standpoint. They did not have a good game against athletes in action, although AIA, I think, can be attributed most of the credit for that. But just from a confidence standpoint, with the injuries, the illnesses, and the shaky lineup, they need to get off to a good start. You're right.
And so far, they're doing precisely that. Thompson operating one-on-one on the right side. Looking inside, pass stolen. Good anticipation, that time by Malone.
They're playing a matchup zone. They have to move it around, move the ball, and then drop it inside.
Godbolt shot, no good. Look at Malone. No, that's not Malone. Excuse me. Yes, it was. Malone on the boards. Way up in the air to score the first basket tonight for the Bulldogs.
And another real strength of Louisiana Tech that Louisville wants to negate, or at least control to some extent, is their offensive rebounding. And you saw Malone just go right up and stick it back in.
And we were saying Louisiana Tech is not a pressing team, but every team has had success pressing Louisville, and now Louisiana Tech is. Louisville is going to have to get it down the floor and beat the press with a couple of quick layups, and they'll take it off. But as long as it's harassing Louisville, they'll leave the press on.
Double team in the backcourt. Thompson over to Jeff Hall. Takes it all the way down. Tries to lay it up, and a blocking foul against Karl Malone, and that is 3 on Malone.
That's a very good job. Jeff did the right thing. Take it straight to the basket against the press. You don't want to hurry, but you just want to take your time, but you always want to go to the basket against the press.
We have played 1 minute and 55 seconds, and Malone sits down with 3 personals.
That was a tough call, but it was blocking. It stuck his leg out.
In that case, with him trying to draw the charge but being called for the block, it's just a normal foul call. But I can't help but wonder on those first 2, Jerry. Malone has gotten a little bit of an early season reputation as being a rough, mean guy. And if you just wonder if the officials were thinking, we're not going to let things get out of hand, we're going to stop it from the beginning. He put a player out in the Rice game with a hard elbow.
That might be true, but his first 2 fouls were definitely fouls. He was pushing off with the elbows on his second one, and he tried to block Barry Sumter's shot coming over his shoulder. There were just 2 mental mistakes because he never should have had those fouls.
Going for the dunk there. Offensive charge called against Willie Bland.
Barry did a great job. We were saying in the Athletes of Action game that you had to get baseline side. Barry got over. Instead of trying to block the shot, planted himself. The guy jumped over it.
You can see Andy Russo, the head coach of the Bulldogs, and he's just smiling in disbelief. The fouls, 5 called so far in the game against Louisiana Tech, none against Louisville. It is a 5-2 game in favor of the Cardinals. Traveling call against Jeff Hall.
Jeff was doing a good job. That's going to happen sometime as long as he just keeps his composure. The forwards need to break out a little bit earlier for him so he can make that entry pass.
You would have to think, coming into this basketball game, if Denny Crum could write the scenario, he would love to say, you know what I'd like to dream about is less than 2 minutes into the game to have 3 fouls called on Karl Malone. That would help us a lot.
That's true, but that's not always the right thing you want to have. When a lot of teams, their best player goes out and everyone else sucks it up and they play better as a team.
Alan Davis sucked it up there with that jumper that made it a 5-4 contest. Hall being harassed down low. Brings it back out to Manuel. They're looking inside for McSwain. Then get it to him. Manuel back out to Jeff Hall. Over and back. No, he saved it, but he throws it right back into the hands of Alan Davis. Tech with a chance to take the lead here. Davis, jumper, right side. Louisiana Tech has the lead. It's 6-5, despite that very quick, early 3-0 lead by Louisville.
Davis is a very good shooter. Coach Jones said he's probably one of the best pure shooters he's seen. And so far, he's right.
We're early in this basketball game. Louisville trailing by 1. Billy Thompson looking for his first shot of the night. Can't get it off. Being bothered by Simmons, so he'll bring it back out front.
Louisiana Tech is disguising their defenses. They're playing a matchup man-to-man. They're switching on every down pick, which leaves there someone outside at all times. It looks like a zone, but it is a matchup man-to-man if you watch them.
Traveling again called against Jeff Hall.
That's why Louisville's having a hard time what to run. They don't know if they're in a zone or if they're in a man-to-man. Coach Crum will have to call timeout and tell them what to run.
16-19 and counting remaining in the first half. We're in Diddle Arena at Western Kentucky University. It is 6-5. That is the score in favor of Louisiana Tech right now. Allen Davis again. He hit the last one. He hit this one, and a foul called against Jeff Hall.
We're going to have to keep a hand in his face. He's hit 3 in a row, and he's had wide open. He's a standing jump shot shooter. He's not going to lay it on the floor. You have to belly up to him and stay closer to him.
Louisiana Tech has scored the last 6 points in this basketball game. Louisville jumped out to a 3-0 lead. The Cardinals led 5-2. They haven't scored since. Louisiana Tech has scored 6 in a row. Let's see if Davis can make it 7.
Put him in.
He does. He is perfect in the free throw line this year. That is 7 for 7 for Mr. Davis. Chris West into the contest. Inside, Barry Sumter got the roll, yes.
Barry's doing a good job of posting up inside without pushing off. He's keeping his arms straight up, receiving the ball.
Good defense. Thompson tries to go around and got blocking called, yes. Thompson made the effort to get around him, and he moved over. Wayne Smith just moved over in his path.
He really did. Louisiana Tech is trying to draw the offensive foul on Louisville, but they're moving. It seems to be a bad call, and everything's going Louisville's way, but it's the right call. The officials are making the right call.
Check it out again.
As we see, he's leaning in, no question.
There is no foul at the center court.
Manuel Forrest has already gone out for Louisville.
Louisiana Tech bench.
And we have a technical call.
I was trying to, the officials were discussing something, and I think they said there was no foul, but it was a technical, I believe, on the Louisiana Tech bench. Now, was that whistle the calling of the technical foul, or did they decide, never mind, that wasn't a foul, and then something happened over the bench? I'm not clear, but at any rate, there was no foul, and now Jeff Hall is shooting 2 technical free throws.
Maybe the official called the technical foul before he drew the charge.
I think maybe it just coincidentally that contact happened at the same time the official was calling a technical, because Coach Andy Russo had been on him about some earlier calls.
Yes, he had.
That is Jeff Hall's first free throw of this season. That's only the second time he's ever gone to the line. He had been 0 for 1 in the 2 previous games. And now he goes 2 out of 3, and we have a tie basketball game as Louisville has come back now. It's 9-9 against Louisiana Tech. Cross-court pass, Jeff Hall wide open.
They did a good job. They were very patient, moved the ball to the open shot, and Jeff can stick that. That's his shot.
Well, the Cardinals, with the absence of Milt Wagner, the leading scorer, not only this season, but the past 2 years, need somebody to get really hot. Jumper? Nope. Barry Sumter. Oh, that's great hustle, Barry.
Barry did a great job of going to the board.
Didn't he? He went up strong that time because he had 2 Bulldogs right beside him fighting for the basketball, and he came down with it, and then the foul was called against Willie Bland.
Win or lose, you can tell the Louisville team has come to play tonight. They've all come to play. They're doing what they're supposed to do.
Chris West, Jeff Hall, Billy Thompson, Mark McSwain, and Barry Sumter out there on the floor right now for the 6th-ranked Louisville Cardinals, who are looking for their 3rd consecutive win of this young season. Pass inside, lost, and saved, and knocked out of bounds. It should belong to Louis. Nope, Louisiana Tech. One of the Cardinals tipped it out last. It was a lead pass inside intended for Billy. There's a timeout here in Bowling Green. 14:52 remaining in the first half. The Cardinals off to a nice start, leading 11-9.
Now, during the Lee's Carpet Super Sale at Furniture Showrooms, you can have fine quality Lee's carpet in the newest styles and fashion colors for only $12.88 per yard installed. Choose from elegant velvet plush or sculptured in Ultron or Antron nylon with wear guarantee for only $12.88 per yard installed. Free in-home decorating service. Hurry, the great Lee's Super Sale is on for a limited time at Furniture Showrooms, Shelbyville Road in Middletown. Open evenings and Sundays.
McElroy. You don't have to be a wizard to know that the Toyota Tercel is one of the surest ways to get from one place to another with more room inside than any other subcompact.
I'm not afraid.
The 1985 front-wheel drive Tercel, Toyota's lowest-priced car. It's got what it takes to get you where you want to go, even if it's just somewhere over the rainbow.
Have a happy holiday with Arby's new Holidays glasses with an elegant holly design along the bottom and a special crown of 22-karat gold around the rim. Come to Arby's today for your Holidays glass with a 22-karat golden halo. And you have been an angel all year, haven't you? Collect a whole set of Holidays glasses only at Arby's.
Only 79 cents with the purchase of a medium soft drink at regular price.
The Louisville Cardinals normally play a tough early season schedule, and there is a good indication of just how tough. They're playing well against a good team tonight, leading Louisiana Tech 11-9, 14:52 to go in the first half.
Cardinals picking up full court as usual. Chris West and Jeff Hall applying the pressure in the backcourt. Almost had a turnover there. Nice double team.
They've gone to the half-court trap.
Wayne Smith picks it up.
I thought they had for a moment. It was just a continuation of the full-court pressure, but they really looked aggressive on that trip down the floor defensively.
As long as they can get a Louisiana Tech to pick it up at half court, they're doing exactly what they want, playing into Louisville's hands.
Inside, and a foul call. I think it's against Mark McSwain as Simmons pulled down the loose ball.
Mark did a good job of deflecting the ball, which put everyone out of rebound position because it didn't hit the rim. Right here, as we see it, it didn't hit the rim. It left everyone out of rebound position, caused the foul.
Free throw is no good by Simmons. He's only been there. This is his second trip to the charity stripe this season. He has yet to convert. 14:26 remaining, first half. Louisville by 2. Up, Louisville by 1. There's that pressure. Thrown away right over us. He's intended for Jeff Hall.
The best thing you want to do against a team that is pressing you is keep your composure. You just want to move the ball without making the turnovers. Teams do not steal the ball in presses. They just want you to turn it over to them. Throw the ball out of bounds, throw it into their hands. So if Louisville just takes their time, they can break the press.
Up high on the right side, Simmons. Bulldogs running a lot of cuts inside, Jerry, in that paint.
A lot of cuts. Louisville's switching, and they're trying to get Louisville mixed up.
Jumper outside, missed, rebound, offensive board work. No, Barry Sumter says, give me that basketball, and he brings it down for the Cardinals, and Chris West is moving the other way. Gets the return pass. Louisville by 1 right now. It's 11-10. Sumter over to Hall, left side baseline, trying to get it to Thompson inside. I'm not too sure Billy's taken his shot yet tonight.
No, they're keeping a lot of pressure on the ball. That's the key with the Louisiana Tech. They're playing a zone, but they keep a lot of pressure on the ball to make those entry passes tough.
Hall, left side. You got to move the ball very quickly. Thompson's first shot is no good, and a foul against McSwain, I believe, judging from Mark's reaction as he comes out of there.
Mark's very intense, but he must keep his head. You don't want any silly fouls, especially when there's limited with players as they are right now with Milt out, Kevin Wall's out. Manuel Forrest is still only 60%. He's got to play inside himself. He can't get into foul trouble.
Manuel Forrest comes in, and now Louisville has 6 guys on the floor.
That's the officials' fault. They're supposed to have time to get the players in and out of the game.
Mark McSwain goes out. Good pressure in the backcourt. Louisiana Tech breaks it. Wayne Smith down low. Simmons, travel call.
Good job by Barry Sumter. His job is as the protector, the last man back, and he really stood his ground, Jerry. He was planted right under the basket and just made a little move out to him and threw him off enough to make him travel.
Barry is playing better every game. If he just keeps improving, Barry will be what everyone expects him to be.
Pass inside to Barry, and he's fouled.
That was a good lob pass by Chris West, but you want to move the ball around the perimeter once or twice to make it a little bit easier. When you come down and try to throw the ball in on the strong side, everybody's there waiting for it. You have to move it around, get it to the weak side, then kick it inside.
Louisville's already in the penalty situation. You can see them converging on Barry as soon as that pass goes in there.
He did a good job of keeping it up over his head.
Adam Frank comes in for Louisiana Tech. Normally the Bulldogs go only 6 deep, but they're using a few more players tonight, of course, with Karl Malone sitting on the bench for most of this first half. He went out with, I think, a minute 50 gone in the game with 3 personal fouls. Sumter has the free throw go in and come right back out. Louisville's lead is 1. It is 11-10. And a foul against the Cardinals in the backcourt.
Man, you tried to draw the foul, and it's funny about that, drawing the charge. When your team's in the flow and everything's going right, you might have gotten that call. But when the game is so-so and the officials haven't decided which way the game's going to go or how they're going to call it, that's a risky foul to take. And you really don't want to get them in the bonus early.
Wayne Smith.
3 seconds.
Good cover that time by Barry Sumter inside. Simmons out high. Louisiana Tech trying to be very patient here. Boy, they whipped that ball around. Couldn't get the open shot inside. Down the lane, put up, blocked by Billy Thompson. Ball goes almost out of bounds. Chris West saves it. Back to Marty Smith. Right side, short.
Louisville has to get on the offensive board. Good job there.
Sumter finally pulls it out of there on the missed shot by Willie Bland. Cardinals moving the other way, leading by 1. Pass over to Jeff Hall. That was an excuse-me pass, but it turned out perfectly.
That was. He jumped in the air to pass the ball. You never want to leave your feet. Billy's got to stay on his feet.
Louisville by 3. Oh, wide open inside.
That's just a mental lapse. If you've noticed, a lot of the Louisville players are going for the steal. Everyone's running around trying to make the super play. You have to play solid. The steals will come.
Godbolt on the layup. Draws Louisiana Tech to within 1 again. It's 13-12. West over to Hall. Tipped away by Wayne Smith. Will take it all the way and makes the shot, and Chris West on the foul.
Chris did a good job of getting back, but the kid really used his body well on that layup. He leaned into Chris, kept his body between Chris and the ball, made a tough shot, as we'll see. You'll see him use his body to shield Chris away. He really fouled with that left arm because that's illegal, throwing your arm out.
He did really shield with that arm a little more so than you're supposed to be able to get away with.
But with 2 officials, and in college, they'll give you that. Professionally, they'll call that offense, but in college, you can get away with that.
Smith hits the free throw. And Louisville's back down by 2. We've been playing seesaw basketball here in the first half between Louisville and Louisiana Tech. It's 15-13. Bulldogs in the lead of the Cardinals right now. West goes to Hall. Still they're having a heck of a battle tonight, trying to get that basketball into the hands of Billy Thompson.
They really are. Louisiana Tech's doing a very good job. They're zone. It's half man-to-man. It's half zone. That's what it really is. And Louisville doesn't have anything to run against it. They should run their man-to-man offense. Probably would be the best thing to work against it.
Cardinals tied it up with that basket. It's 15-all. This Smith handles the basketball very well, Jerry, for Louisiana Tech.
He does. To be a big player, he's 6'5", and he handles the ball very well. Bends over well with it.
Louisville playing their customary man-to-man. We're almost midway through this first half. Opening game of the 5th Wendy's Classic in Bowling Green. Western Kentucky coming up later. They'll be playing St. Francis of Pennsylvania. We're tied at 15.
Shot clock's down to 6.
We are playing with that 45-second shot clock.
I'm not sure they were aware of it.
They were. Their coach was hollering at them the last few minutes to get the timeout so he could get a shot off the play run.
10:29 remaining in the first half. Here in Bowling Green, there is a timeout in Diddle Arena. We have a tie basketball game. Louisville 15, Louisiana Tech 15.
Sorry, Paul.
Now Diet Pepsi Free has NutraSweet. Life just seems to get better and better.
Diet Pepsi Free just added something they call NutraSweet. I call it terrific.
Diet Pepsi Free with NutraSweet. Everything in life should be this good.
Terrific.
Regular and diet.
Where are you hurting the most, Jimmy?
Name it. Better straighten up.
Yeah, we don't want to disappoint your fans.
No.
Hey, Jimmy, good run.
You had him right from the gate.
your best deserves the best.
Two Bud Lights.
The less filling light beer with a first name in taste.
Hey, Jimmy!
Right.
Who learns more when school's out? In Ashland's America, many of our best teachers, that's who. At Kentucky's new Commonwealth Institute for Teachers, the challenge is to make good teaching even better. Here they learn about new ideas in education through give-and-take sessions with top educators. It's one of many education efforts supported by Ashland Oil. Shouldn't you give your support to Ashland's America, where quality education is an investment we've got to make?
Only 4 seconds remaining, as you see, on the shot clock, on the 45-second shot clock, as play is resumed after that timeout called by Tech. So Tech is going to have to get this shot up very quickly. 3, 2, Smith lets it fly. No, off the glass. Pulled down by Billy Thompson. To Jeff Hall, and a foul call, and it's against Wayne Smith.
That's right, he wasn't set. Turnovers don't always hurt you. It's what happens after the turnover. At this point, Louisville has 7 turnovers, Louisiana Tech 5, which isn't any big deal, but Tech has scored 11 points as a direct result of those turnovers. Louisville only 2. So obviously what's happening is when Tech gets the ball back to the Cards, they're scoring, and that's how they've got 11 of their 15 points.
Jeff Hall at the free throw line for the 1-and-1. That's true with the AAU game. AIA, Athletes in Action, converted like on 20 layups in the entire game on the turnovers. Louisiana Tech so far in the game has taken twice as many shots as has Louisville. The Bulldogs have had 14 shots from the floor, Louisville only 6. Of course, the Cardinals are shooting the lights out. They've made 5 out of 6 for 83%. But you have got to get more shots than that as this game goes on. If that discrepancy remains that wide, you know, you're talking twice as many shots, you're going to lose the basketball game. Good hands by Billy T. Gets the return pass. He created the steal and lays it up and in.
Smart play by Billy to hold up, too, and make sure he could get the basket.
That was a very smart play. Most of the time, players will try to rush the 2, saying, oh, I won't get the layup, but Billy kept his composure and just shot it off the glass.
Louisville has scored the last 6 points to take a 19-15 lead here on Louisiana Tech. Willie Bland drops it off to Adam Frank. He goes one-on-one against Jeff Hall. He got it. A little bit too much penetration. We're going to have to pick up a little bit higher to keep him a little farther away from the basket. He was too close from the beginning when he received the ball. Thompson gets a good screen from Barry Sumter, but he missed the shot. And he won't miss that one often because he was wide open. That was a good shot. It just didn't go. Lead pass. Willie Band pulls up, and the foul called against Barry Sumter. And Barry says, you've got to be kidding. You've got good calls, you've got bad calls. We can throw that one out in the garbage. That was a horrible call. I don't know where the official got the play. Barry was set and waiting for him with his hand straight up.
No way Barry could do any more than that. He simply was planted in his spot.
I guess he wanted Barry to go back to the hotel and sit in his room on that one. Willie Bland, only a 40% free throw shooter. Cans that one like he makes them 100% of the time. This one rolls around and comes off, and Thompson skies for the rebound for Louisville. Cardinals leading by 1 right now. It's 19-18. Daniel Forrest. I think he was looking for Don Russell, who is down in the end zone, the Associate Athletic Director at the University of Louisville on that pass. Don was looking the other way. Great play. Daniel Forrest, that was a great play. Got over, set his feet, and threw the charge. Louisville on their offense, excuse me, Paul, they're just a little hesitant. They don't know when to pass it and when not to, so they're throwing the ball where people were instead of where they are.
The thing about that I started to say was Manuel was a man who just made the bad pass, and he immediately said, I got to make up for that, and got in the spot and drew the charge.
Alan Davis back into the lineup for Louisiana Tech. 8:57 to go. First half. Louisville by 1 right now over Tech. Less than 2 minutes into the game, Karl Malone, the leading scorer for the Bulldogs, had to go to the bench with 3 personal fouls. And it's been a dogfight ever since between Louisville and Tech. If you notice, Louisville's back into the man-to-man offense. They're passing and cutting, getting a little bit more movement against that switching. Sumter, bad pass. Was looking for Billy Thompson. Just didn't quite get enough arch on the ball. Willie Bland, same spot as before, only this time he pulls up and doesn't take the shot. Earlier, that foul was called against Barry Sumter on that play. Lead pass inside, pushing from behind against Billy T.
Billy has to get position earlier. He did push him in the back. He's got to get around in front of him earlier.
Coming in the game for Louisville is James Jeter, the junior out of North Hardin. And Mark McSwain also coming back in for the Cardinals. Going out will be Billy Thompson and Jeff Hall.
Jeff Hall has had the flu this week and a bad cold, and I think maybe that substitution was just to give him a breather. You know what a worn down effect that gives you when you're just battling that stuff all the time.
That's true. They need Jeff because he gives them big baskets. When teams seem to make a 6-point run and outscore Louisville 6-0, Jeff seems to have that knack to come up with the big basket.
Denny Crum in his 14th season at the University of Louisville, talking earlier this week about the loss of Milt Wagner and having the other players recognize that they are not Milt. They can't do the same things that Milt has the talent to do. A lot of these guys may be excellent shooters 15 feet on in, but they don't have the range that Wagner has, and they have to know that. That's what Denny has been preaching all week in practice.
That's true. You just have to do what you can do best. That's what Coach Crum wants him to do. That's all he asks, is just do what you do best.
Don't pretend to be anybody else, right?
Right. Don't try to fill anyone else's shoes. That's kind of tough.
Chris West, yes. Give the assist not only to the man who made the pass, but to also Barry Sumter, who set the screen that freed West on the left side.
Right. That's the set play that they run in practice every day. If you just stick with what you practice, you'll do well.
Wayne Smith, his jumper, left side, yes. He's averaging 11 points a game, and he's played a good game so far tonight.
All the players on Louisiana Tech team are very good shooters. You can't leave anyone open. They're very tough.
Now, McSwain came over the back, I believe.
So we'll go to the other end, shoot a couple of, or at least one free throw. 7:22 remaining here in the first half.
He did a good job of going to the boards, but in good games against good teams, people are going to box out. You're going to have to pick and choose your times.
Foul was called against Mark McSwain, and he sits down with 3, so that brings the freshman from Eastern High School, Herbert Crook, into the contest. Denny is over there talking right now with
He's telling
McSwain.
Just what I was saying, that you can't come running and jumping over people's back. You have to jump straight up. If you run and jump in, that's going to be on the back. If you can get yourself positioned and go straight up.
Free throw was missed, but look at that rebound by Allen Davis. He is a 6'2 junior, and he came flying in there. Somebody didn't box out.
I think the whole problem with that is that Louisville players forgot that they were in the 1-and-1, and he shot and missed, and no one reacted. Coming up on the 7-minute mark here in the first half. Herbert Crook back to the Jet. Emmanuel. Louisville hasn't had, except for those nice screens that have been set by Barry Sumter, very many open shots. That's a dipsy-doodle shot there by Manuel Forrest, and then a foul on the rebound against Louisville. We're reaching now. We have to move our feet and get in rebound position. Rebounds is moving your feet, not how tall you are. When we won the national championship, we had 6'7", Rodney McCray, Derek Smith, Wiley Brown, but they all knew how to move their feet and position themselves. It's not a reaching game, it's a foot game.
Denny Crum was not happy with that shot at all, either.
No, that's right. What creates the foul there is an unnecessary shot. Adam Frank comes back in for Louisiana Tech. He's number 22, and Willie Simmons looking to go 2 for 2 here. He's been hot from that charity stripe so far. Southpaw puts it up there, and Tech suddenly has a 5-point lead on the Cardinals. They really need a basket now. Big basket. Yes, big basket and a big foul because he'll go to the line. They really need that lift. That's what you need, is that lift at that time. I thought the Cardinals over the past maybe 2 minutes of this game, Jerry, had started to struggle just a little bit. They really had, and I thought with Jeff Hall on the bench, they're really struggling with their outside shooting, but the only other player that can really stick that shot is Manuel Forrest.
A minute ago, Forrest threw a bad pass, came back and drew the charge. Just then, he made a bad shot down here during the free throw. Denny Crum went over and said, Manuel, terrible shot. So he goes down and sticks one in. So at least when he makes a mistake, he's been coming back strong.
That shows a lot for him, though. A lot of players would fold up and not have taken that shot. Manuel still has the incentive to go out. I have to take the shot. I'm open. Yeah, a lot of players might hang their head. They might. Not Manuel Forrest.
Substitution coming back in for Louisville. Billy Thompson replacing Barry Sumter.
Barry did a very good job. He played good defense, scored when he got the chance.
Manuel looking to complete a three-point play here. Got it. Manuel's been shooting the ball exceptionally well, 53% from the field, 80% from the free throw line, and averaging 7 rebounds a game for this team.
Manuel's been playing very well. He's an excellent shooter, excellent athlete. All he has to do is just believe in himself.
Louisiana Tech with a 2-point lead right now. 6.5 to go in the first half. It is 26-24 Bulldogs over the Cardinals. Nice bounce pass back. Oh, yes. But he missed the shot. Manuel rebound. To Crest. Chris West, Louisville looking to tie it up. Billy Thompson being double-teamed inside. Herbert Crook, nice pass.
Great pass.
But then he lost the ball out of bounds. Billy T did on going up.
Herbert Crook has surprised everyone. He's a very good passer. He has a knack of knowing where everyone is on the floor, so he can jump up in the air and deliver the right pass.
Louisiana Tech almost had a breakout there. But the Cardinals back now on defense and setting up in that man-to-man. Allen Davis. Inside, tipped away by Thompson, pulled down by Manuel Forrest.
Billy did a great job of getting around in front and fronting his man. That's what I was saying he was supposed to do the first time. He did a great job of it.
Chris to Manuel, back to Chris, looking inside for Herbert Crook. Or Billy T on the left side of the key.
That's the pass he should have made. You want to go from strong side to the top of the key to the weak side to make the defense move.
And very quickly you want to do it. Steal, bad pass.
That's a dangerous pass. You need to have a pick on the offside to make that pass work, and we didn't have that pick.
Louisville just got a bad break there. Chris West commits the foul. The pass went off the backboard and came right back out to one of the Bulldogs, and then Louisville committed the reach-in foul.
As everyone's noticed, these are two evenly matched teams. It's going to be who plays the best above their shoulders. Everyone's got about the same athletic ability. It's just who plays the best above the shoulders.
26-24. That is the Louisiana Tech lead right now. God ball at the line. It's the free throw. He's been perfect in that line this season. 4 for 4 coming into this game. Missed that one, however. Tech's lead is 3. Thompson going one-on-one against Simmons. Got it blocked. Simmons gets it back. So Wayne Smith, top of the key, goes through, tipped away by Jeff Hall and out of bounds. It still belongs to the Bulldogs.
That was quick hands by Jeff. A lot of times they'll call the foul on that, but he got away with that one.
You won't see Billy Thompson get his shot blocked very often, but Mr. Simmons did there, and he's 6'10", stuck it back in his face. Timeout in Bowling Green. Louisiana Tech by 3. We'll be right back.
The secret is out. Make this Christmas a Christmas to remember with just right holiday gifts from Bacon's. Give him Levi's stretch denim jeans with ESP for fit that lasts.
Polyester with hidden stretchability and cotton, combined with a skosh more room for a slightly fuller cut and comfortable fit. Bacon's gives you a special price, only $24.99, just in time for Christmas.
Bacon's, where Christmas wishes come true.
In the Broadway musical Zorba.
This is how the time goes by.
Anthony Quinn is Zorba. Get your tickets to the Broadway Legends.
Call 584-7777 now for tickets.
This is Carvac from Black & Decker's Car Care Series. Plug it in. Rev it up. Feel its power. Black & Decker's Carvac starts fast. It's great on the curves. Great on the straightaways. Its 16-foot cord really goes the distance. Watch it corner. Maneuver through tight spots. Carvac handles like a dream and even stops on a dime. Carvac, it's got great pickup because it's the only car vacuum that's built like a Black & Decker.
It is
still playing catch-up basketball, trailing by 3 right now, Paul Rogers.
Louisiana Tech leading by 3 before not quite a full house, but it looks like it may be sold out before the night's over. This place seats about 12,500. This is a nice building. You know, this is the largest on-campus facility in the state. Only Freedom Hall and Rupp Arena are bigger, and they are not campus arenas. The Western Kentucky Hilltoppers, the host team, will play the second game. And, of course, a lot of people hoping for Western and Louisville to collide tomorrow night.
But first things first, Louisville has to be able to handle Louisiana Tech. Oh, goodness. A left-handed Kareem skyhook by 6'10" Willie Simmons puts Louisiana Tech up by 5.
That didn't quite have the touch Kareem's does, but it did go through.
No, he came in the game averaging 4 points a game, but I was looking at his stats, and he was MVP in the Southland Conference tournament, so I guess he does have that kind of potential.
Nice pass from Billy Thompson, the leading assist man on the team, to Herbert Crook for the easy 2 inside.
That was a great pass by Billy. That was a set play in the huddle by Coach Crum to work against that zone.
Godbolt being double-teamed out front. Jeter went for the steal, got there a little bit late. Nice pass. Blocked, however, by Herbert Crook.
It was a great block by Herbert Crook. Got his hand on the ball.
Ball goes out of bounds. It belongs to Louisville. As Willie Bland went up to jam it in, and Crook blocked it.
Well, he took a really hard fall, but he jumped right up.
Threw it away again. It was intended for Manuel Forrest. Manuel was at the top of the key rather than up high on the left side. And Jeter is getting the evil eye from Coach Crum right there.
James Jeter did get hit on the arm on that pass. That's why it went errant like that, and the official didn't call it. Maybe it was a makeup, because on the Louisiana Tech dunk, maybe he got hit on the arm and the officials didn't call it. You got to watch those makeups.
Godbolt up high. Oh, Willie. Yes. Wayne Smith on the cut. Yes. He's been playing a solid basketball game tonight, Jerry.
He really has. Louisiana Tech just ran the old Harlem Globetrotter, cut off the top of the key. They just keep running players off the top of the key, pick to the basket. I saw Mark Lemon do that about 20 years ago.
And no one has defensed it yet, is that right?
No one's defensed it yet.
Manuel Forrest. Jeff Hall is back in for the Cardinals after taking a well-deserved rest. Herbert Crook inside. Fadeaway jumper off the glass. No. Rebounded by Willie Bland. Out to Wayne Smith. 31-26. Louisville down by 5. Simmons in the key. The left-hander again. And traveling call this time against Simmons.
He changed his pivot foot.
And that may be because he's left-handed. You know about those left-handers, Jerry Eaves.
Natural soft touch.
5-point Louisiana Tech lead right now. We're less than 3 minutes till the end of the first half. We've had a game tonight here in the first half between these two basketball teams, both unbeaten. We are working with a 45-second shot clock, and we're down to 19 right now for Louisville. Cardinals need a good shot, a good high percentage shot, and of course they need to make it. 10 seconds on the shot clock.
Jeter has to penetrate and kick it off. James tried to do it. He needs to penetrate, draw 2 people to him to free someone up. You have to make a play when he gets inside 10 seconds.
The defender that time did not come and pick James Jeter up. He dropped off to help out on Billy Thompson. In that particular case, then Jet has to take the shot when he's in that close.
When he has to take the shot, you have to have confidence in yourself.
Good ball movement. Simmons puts it up. Billy Thompson got a piece of the basketball, but a foul.
They're making good penetration cuts on Louisville's defense, which is creating the foul on our big men. Our guards and forwards have to take a step back off of them, except for Davis, and make them hit the jump shot over the top. We can't give up layups. Everybody's going to shoot a good percentage shooting these shots here.
Simmons at the line again. I believe he's 4 out of 6 so far in the game. Second personal foul on Billy T. Points, 9 in the first half for Willie Simmons, and he came in averaging just 4. He's been a big factor in this first half, and so is Wayne Smith, the guard.
He really has. You always say when the best player goes out of the game, Karl Malone, usually the other players suck it up.
Suddenly, it's a 7-point lead for Louisiana Tech. A minute 45 and counting remaining in the first half. Cardinals want to cut into that margin before halftime. Jeter saves it on the cross-court pass. 17 seconds on the shot clock. Pass inside. That was a good pass.
That was a very tough pass to execute. That was a very good pass. Good shot by Billy. He traveled. We give him a Tark ticket.
Jumper, left side. Big basket by Allen Davis.
Coach Jones said he was one of the best shooters he's seen in collegiate game, and he's right. Davis can really shoot the ball.
Jumper outside. Manuel Forrest cans one and brings Louisville back to within 5 again. Bland, his shot, no good. Foul call. Billy Thompson. I believe that's his third.
It's Billy's third. That's a big foul. The official missed the travel before that. He made a good move, but he did travel.
Barry Sumter coming back in for the Cardinals. And Herbert Crook is going out. Billy T remains in for the final 53 seconds of the first half. No, he will not. I see Robbie Valentine getting off the bench for Louisville, so he'll be coming in for Billy Thompson.
This will be Valentine's first action this year.
All Robbie needs is a little time to get his confidence. He's very aggressive. He's very physical. That's one thing U of L could use him. Mark McSwain and Robbie Valentine are very physical. If Robbie will just come in and use his body, use his head, take the shots when he's open, he can do a good job for Louisville.
Robbie is one of those guys that'll make something happen. It may be a turnover or a foul, but he's going to come in there and mix it up.
He is.
Mark McSwain and Billy Thompson on the bench with 3 personal fouls for Louisville. Karl Malone, the leading scorer for Louisiana Tech, also on the bench with 3. He picked up those 3 less than 2 minutes into this contest tonight. 37-30. Louisiana Tech in the lead, going for the steal, almost got it. Bland just tipped it out of bounds. There's good anticipation. Louisville a little bit lax there on that pass. It was not sharp at all.
No, it wasn't. It took a long time getting there, and you have to be snappy with your passes. That's the key. Snappy. Not hard, but just firm, crisp passes.
37-30. Louisiana Tech leading by 7. They've had the lead most of this first half.
Yes, they have. They played very well without Karl Malone, but maybe they played better without him.
Bad pass by Sumter. Outlet pass goes to Wayne Smith. He cannot chase it down, however. It goes back to the Cardinals, and the shot clock is off with 17 seconds remaining in the first half.
Now, Louisville, from the first game against Athletes in Action, shot and gave Athletes in Action a chance to get a shot off. They want to run the clock down and take the last shot before the half.
Who do you think is going to take it, Jeff Hall or Manuel Forrest?
Jeff Hall to take it, or Manuel Forrest.
Manuel, 15-footer. Nope, didn't get it. Knocked out of bounds. It belongs to Louisville. I believe the last man to touch it was Wayne Smith of the Bulldogs.
They've got 1 second.
We have 1 second to get this shot off. The man it's passed to will have to shoot it. They'll probably they set up a screen out at the top of the key for Hall.
They should run a double pick for Jeff. That's what they did. They're running Jeff around the stack. Louisiana Tech switched well.
Barry has to get it off. No, it does not count. Louisiana Tech took Jeff Hall out of that particular play because they anticipated the pass going to him.
They really did. They played well defensively.
That's the end of the first half here in Bowling Green, and Louisiana Tech is sitting on a 7-point lead right now. It is 37-30 as the Cardinals make their way to the locker room for the halftime pep talk and instructions from head coach Denny Crum. Down by 7. It's time to regroup and reload for the Cardinals. And we'll be back in Bowling Green after these messages.
Got a double team on Sumter. Barry calls. Did he call a timeout? Yes, he did. They had him double team back in there, and
that really was a good call. He didn't want to turn the ball over. He didn't want to make an errant pass, so he called timeouts. Too bad they don't have 20-second timeout in colleges just for that situation.
Each team has used 1. No scoring here. We played less than a minute to the first half. Louisiana Tech up by 7.
Today's lesson, Holly Cook Booksellers is the most complete bookstore you're likely to find. 2 locations and over 45,000 titles.
Count them while you browse.
A distinctive selection of records. Uncommon magazines.
Turn the page.
And out-of-town newspapers.
Philadelphia. Got anything new?
You bet. Tolkien's masterpiece, The Hobbit. in a new edition handsomely illustrated by Michael Haig. Holly Cook Booksellers. No other bookstore quite stacks up. Class dismissed.
You're about to see an unusual race. 3 European performance sedans against the all-new Toyota Cressida.
Go get him, James.
The Cressida is a luxury car with limousine-style comfort and features. And the new Cressida's independent suspension and electronically fuel-injected twin-cam 6 fits right in with its European counterparts. The Toyota Cressida. It's up with the best of them in every way but one. Price.
Did we win, James? By about $15,000, sir.
Giving students a chance to apply the skills they've learned in the classroom is important. Valvoline, a division of Ashland Oil, is doing just that. Working with University of Kentucky students in a university-sponsored human development program. It's a special program that has the students help disabled children and adults. As a result, the students and those they help have a better chance for success. Ashland's America, where quality education is an investment we've got to make.
Cardinals scored the first 3 points of this basketball game. They'd like to jump off to a quick start like that in the second half, Paul.
Louisville ball. They're down here by 7. In close to Thompson.
Boy, that was a great display of hands by Billy Thompson right there.
Billy has great hands. That was a very tough pass.
Looked like Malone might have traveled, but he gets his second basket of the game. Got 3 fouls very early in the game. Played only a couple of minutes.
To be 6'9", catch the ball and hit that shot on the move, that shows great touch.
Cross court to Jeff Hall. Sumter breaks out high. Now Russ breaks out even higher, and he gets it. Still that matchup man-to-man that looks like a zone. That's the defense Louisiana Tech is playing. Knocked away from Thompson by Malone, but Sumter has it and will have a jump ball. Jerry, is it that defense? Louisville's having trouble with it offensively, but it must be a fairly complicated defense to play.
It really is. They've got a lot of veterans, and they know how to play it, because you could have a lot of gaps in that because there's a lot of switching and moving without the ball, but Louisiana Tech seems to have it down very well. I've never played that defense, so I really don't know the structure of it.
Jeff Hall hits. Louisville got it out of bounds on the alternating possession. Jeff, the leading scorer in the game, now with 12 points. Missed by Malone. Missed it badly. Hall can't get to the rebound. Loses it out of bounds. It'll belong to the Bulldogs.
I don't know if we have a replay on that one, but that was a questionable call.
That was tough.
Looked like Godbolt had touched it last.
Yeah, they were both fighting over it. Top of the key. Got it. Alan Davis.
They cannot leave Davis open. He's a great standing shooter. You have to stay on it.
Billy Thompson answers for Louisville. Louisville down by 5. 7 has been the biggest difference. That's what it was at halftime. They break it in the middle, get it in close. Simmons.
Louisville is trying to deny the inbounds pass on the press, and what they're doing is throwing it over, and it's creating a 3-on-2, a 3-on-1, because we have 3 players trying to deny the ball. We must get back quicker.
It's a good passing team, the Bulldogs.
They're a good ball handling and passing team. Everyone handles and passes the ball well. As you see, we're running our man-to-man offense against this defense.
Floater into Manuel Forrest. Can't get it. Quick out to Smith. Lets him catch up to him. There's the good shooter, and Davis has another one. Biggest lead of the game at 9 points for Louisiana Tech.
Whoever's guarding Davis is going to have to get with him and stay with him all over the court. They're not going to be able to wander around. You can't leave him open. He's setting up. Louisville's going to run their man-to-man offense. Billy's going to pop out, shuffle cut with Jeff Hall.
Thompson over to Chris West
double
straight
kick
away.
down.
Hall breaks out to the corner, but couldn't get open for the shot. Jeff Hall missed it. Malone gets to the rebound in the corner. 45-36, Louisiana Tech. The Bulldogs, really better known for their women's basketball team, a perennial national power. The men making it to the NCAA tournament last year, and they got a good team this year. Simmons, that left-handed half hook, tipped in by Wayne Smith.
That's a mental error. We must block out off the boards. We're giving them too many shots. At halftime, they had taken 6 more shots than we had. And if we would have had 6 more shots and shooting 61%, we'd have had 4 more points.
Benny Crum shaking his head at Billy Thompson, said that's not the pass we want. 47-36, Louisiana Tech on top and with the ball. Louisville man-to-man defensively. Godbolt has it out. In underneath, we've got a hold on Louisville.
Manuel Forrest is trying to front Karl Malone, who's very big and strong. It's hard to get around in front of those big guys when they put their hips and waist on you like Rodney McRae used to do and learn how to move his body. He'll be tough posting up.
2 fouls on Manuel Forrest. Billy Thompson and Mark McSwain have 3. McSwain is on the bench right now with his 3. Simmons missed it.
Malone's 4th.
He went over the back, or did he?
Yes, that's his 4th.
4 fouls on Karl Malone. Jerry, you mentioned a couple of times in that first half that while you might think Louisville's glad to have him out of there, you never know. Sometimes the other team rallies around it. Maybe Barry Sumter was really psyched to go against Malone, and now he's not in there, so you just never know how that kind of thing's going to affect the team.
You'll never know, and Louisiana Tech played well without him in the first half. They were playing well with him, and Louisiana Tech came to play. Louisville did too. It's just Louisville's going to have to execute better. We must execute better.
Louisville trailing by 11 points. Thompson with some defensive pressure on him. Takes it toward the baseline, away to Hall.
You watch Louisiana Tech, they always keep great pressure on the ball. That makes it a lot easier for the people away from the ball, because when there's great pressure on the ball, it's very hard to make good passes.
10 seconds on the shot clock. Forrest.
Big shot. Louisville finally moved the ball from weak side to strong side and got a good shot.
Tech comes down the floor in a hurry, but they can't get the fast break. Hall recovers the loose ball. Chris West is 1 on 4, so he'll have to hold up. Crowd trying to get behind Louisville a little here. Thompson kicks it out toward the corner.
That's a good job there by Manuel. He didn't force a shot.
Louisville is eating up more time than usual on the shot clock, and I think it's simply because of this defensive pressure they keep on the ball. In close, Thompson got open. Blocked. Good block by Simmons, but Hall's got it. Sumter will try it.
Louisville did a good job. They just kept taking it to them. They're running their offense, and they're taking it to them. We were talking about this defense, and it is creating a lot of problems, but I've never seen a team win the national championship with it.
This crowd predominantly in favor of Louisville. Even the Western fans will cheer for the Cards because they want to play Louisville in the championship tomorrow night. Western figuring they will beat St. Francis. Backing it away is Wayne Smith. The Cards are down by 7. They were behind by 11 just a couple of minutes ago. They floated in low. Simmons put it in. Willie Simmons has really played well tonight. They said they thought he would play better. He finished very strongly last year, was the conference tournament MVP, and they say when he gets to that form, they'll really be tough. They've been tough tonight. Louisville loses it inside.
It's a tough turnover. We should try to run our offense before we just try to lob it inside.
Smith probably went too far, but they call Billy Thompson for the block, his 4th foul.
That was a tough call on Billy.
Usually when you're running a breakout like that, you tell the man with the ball to stop around the free throw line area. He took it right on in, Jerry, and what you think normally might be a bad play turns into a good play for them.
It really did. He should pull up free throw line extended, but he thought he had the break. It's very hard to call. I don't know if it's a charge or not.
Let's see Thompson come into the picture. Billy was moving a little bit. That was probably the right call.
Billy was leaning in. We were lucky. We had left Davis wide open again. Luckily, he just lost the ball. We must stay closer to him.
Louisville trailing by 9 points, 13:24 to go in the game. 49-40, Louisiana Tech. Cardinals Chris West over to Jeff Hall, now to McSwain, who's back in. He replaced Thompson, a foul. The shot will not count by Chris West. Thompson went to the bench with 4. That's why McSwain is in. The foul was on Willie Bland, his 3rd. Louisville's ball out of bounds. You see him just move right in. And Chris went ahead and shot it. Figured he could use the practice, made the shot, but it didn't count. McSwain guarded by Simmons over there. Hall got around the screen and hits it.
Good double screen. That was a double down. You're exactly right, Dave. That's a set play. The double down. That's a charge. Definitely. Good call.
The basket will probably count. Nope, they disallowed it.
Barry's doing a good job of getting over there, squaring himself with the basket, cutting off the baseline, and drawing the charge.
Well, I tell you, we've seen him do this several times so far this season, and he has been doing that well.
He really has. That's what we want him to do. You don't always want to play the block. You want to mix the offense up. You want to go for the block. You want to draw the charge so they don't know what you're going to do.
Louisville with a chance to cut it to 5. Baseline, I think, is what Denny Crum was calling out. McSwain breaks down on that baseline, but they come back out front to Hall.
It's just their baseline offense against the zone.
Good pass by Sumter. McSwain couldn't get it. Louisville's ball out of bounds.
Slipped out of his hands, but it was a good pass. They executed the offense. That's the key. We'll get those down.
Well, there's that pressure again. All working on Davis. Good fake by Chris West. Dishes it off to Sumter. Blocked by Simmons. 2-on-1. Hall is back alone. Floater on the pass. Knocked away. Good play by McSwain.
Great hustle by Mark. Definitely. We have a 3-on-1. We must convert. That's a good pull-up by Mark. Good pass. Good pull-up.
49-44. This is as close as Louisville has been in this second half.
Jeff Hall made a great choice of passes. Manuel Forrest is a good shooter. He hit him for the little 5-foot jumper.
Smith misses. Follows it. Loose. Godbolt passes back out to Davis, and they'll set it up. Davis on the drive. Looked like the ball may have slipped out of his hand. Went way up high on the glass, and Forrest is fouled by Willie Bland. That's 4 fouls on Bland.
I've noticed a lot of the players are having trouble handling the ball. There must be some perspiration on it.
So now you have Willie Bland with 4, Karl Malone with 4, and Billy Thompson of Louisville has 4 fouls. Thompson is on the bench, and so is Malone of the Bulldogs. Louisville with a chance to cut it to 3.
With evenly matched teams, this happens quite often that you'll have a lot of foul trouble because everyone has the same talent. No one can overpower the other player.
Forrest back out front to Hall. Got it, and he'll go to the line. One of the things Jeff Hall said early in the year that he wanted to do much more of this year was take the ball to the hole, get on the foul line. He's a good free throw shooter. He's had 6 free throws tonight already, and he's made them all.
He's doing a good job. That was a great penetration move. That's what I was saying in the first half. Against that zone, somebody has to create for the rest of the team under control. They have to take 1 or 2 dribbles inside. You have a 10-footer. You take it if you're open. If they come to you, you dump it off.
Jeff Hall showing no effects of the flu.
Paul, that's his 7th trip to the line. In the previous 2 games, he'd only been there once.
Yep. I have him 7 for 7. I noticed on your screen they had him missing one. But it's 49-47. Louisville down by just 2 points. When Louisiana Tech showed signs of really establishing control here early in the second half, they lose it out of bounds. Timeout, says Andy Russo of the Bulldogs, their second one, and this crowd really getting into it now, pulling for the Cards, who have cut the lead from 11 down to only 2. 49-47, midway through the second half.
This holiday season, it's easy to treat your family and friends to the great taste of shrimp. Perfect for parties and get-togethers. Shrimp from Kroger are big, plump, and full of flavor. Now, specially cost-cutter priced to save you more. Go Krogering for cooked large cocktail shrimp, less than 17 cents each. Or try shrimp in the shell, now less than 14 cents each. Only when you go Krogering.
The adventure of skiing begins here. At Alpine. fine house. I-71 and Zorn Avenue.
Country Boy Waterbeds has over 50 different beds sale price for the holidays, like this beautiful Lakeport design. Compare it over $800, or your choice of these 3 styles, usually $400 or more. We've got lots of great gifts. Padded rails, bedspreads, waterbed care kits, bookcase beds start at $199, and there's
no down payment.
At Country Boy Waterbeds, we just want to say, if you ain't sleeping on water,
If you ain't sleeping on water,
if you ain't sleeping on water, you water.
You're pretty tough on yourself when it comes to running your business. Shouldn't you be equally tough about your insurance coverage? Rieger Harris, the insurance people.
Jim Mitchell, Jackie Hayes, Gary Rodemeyer, the news team. At Action 11 News, the difference is important.
Louisville's been able to convert the turnovers, the 4 committed here in the second half so far by Louisiana Tech. Earlier in the basketball game, primarily in the first half, Tech had a lot of points off of those turnovers. And in the second half, Louisville down by 7 at halftime, mounting that comeback to trail by only 2 right now with 10:46 remaining in the contest.
And Louisiana Tech, who scored 17 first-half points on possessions they got via the turnover, has not scored a point off the turnover by Louisville in the second half. Cards have really come back here. 49-47. Tech with a lead. Louisville with an opportunity to tie. West to Hall. Herbert Crook is in the game at 1 forward. He's on the right side, out of your picture right now. Forrest coming out to help out. We get a 5-second count. And that'll go over to Louisiana Tech.
There we go, one of those elementary school calls. 1, 2. I don't even want to say 5.
You can only have 5-second count on a held ball. You don't have the close guarding situation with the 45-second clock, but it may have been 5 seconds. It seems a little fast.
Karl Malone is back in the game, Paul, for Louisiana Tech.
Into Simmons. Wow, panked it in from straight away.
That was a prayer. Coach Russo really must have thought Louisville was beginning to get to his team to put Malone back with 4 fouls. That could be costly if we can take it to the basket. You know he's going to play cautious. They need to go directly at him right away. Take it straight to Malone.
It's something they want to be aware of, but sometimes you can get too much caught up on that and then lose the overall scheme of things.
Yes, you
see how the cards play it.
That's very true, Paul.
Chris West to Herbert Crook. Out to Hall. West on the baseline. Crook is fouled from behind. They didn't call it. Simmons looked like he socked him.
This is a big time for Louisville. They were making a run. They've had 2 tough calls back-to-back. Well, 1 prayer shot and then a bad call.
51-47. Louisville had cut it to 2 with a chance to tie. Now Tech leading by 4 and with the ball. This is Malone. Fakes on Forrest. Traveling. Alan Davis took steps. His coach, as he looks over to the bench, nods, yep, you did.
Louisville really needs a basket now to get the fans back into the game.
Well, they really did have these fans behind them there at that last timeout, but they've settled back down a little bit.
Coach Russo did a good job of stopping U of L's run with that timeout.
Jeff missed it in close, and nobody's back. Out to Smith, chases it down and lays it in.
Somebody has to get back when Jeff penetrates with the ball. You always have to have defensive balance.
Forrest. Rebounded by Simmons, and he's fouled by Crook. That is the first foul on Herbert Crook, but Louisville, right when they made their big move, has now fallen behind again by 6.
And the key to that is, like I said at halftime, they must execute. We'll see
Herbert Crook coming over the back. Actually, it looked like Herbert jumped pretty straight.
It was kind of a light foul, touch call. But Louisville was executing when they made their 17-12 run. If you've noticed, Manuel Force has come down. We haven't got anything to a shot. We had Jeff Hall come down. Pretty good penetration. It just didn't fall. But they were doing well when they were sticking to their set offense.
Wayne Smith, a junior guard, hands it away. Now to Malone. Smith goes inside. Nice shot.
Smith is a very good player, very heady. He cuts without the ball, he moves without the ball, and that was a tough shot with his left hand running.
Speaking of runs, 6 straight for Tech.
McSwain bounces to Sumter. Morris gets to the pass. Pressure on him.
That's a good job. Set it up. You got 27 seconds. Run your offense. You're in no hurry.
That's a good shot from Manuel Forrest. Then he hits it for his 12th, 13th
They
point.
really kept their composure that time, Paul.
55-49. 7:45 left in the game. Allen Davis. This is Wayne Smith. He'll back it away. Something inside. It was, I believe, on Simmons.
They called the back pick. He was moving on the back pick. You have to give the defensive player one step on the back pick, and he didn't give it to him. They were trying to set up the lob from Malone.
Meaning the defensive player, you can't set up right next to the defensive man behind him. He has to have a
Correct,
step
Paul.
to get around it.
Right. Louisiana Tech made a little run, and they snatched Karl Malone back out of the game. Coach Russo is playing it very smart.
Good move on his part. James Jetter in the game to Sumter. Good spin move. Short. Out of bounds to Tech.
That was a great hustle by Berry. A good move with the turnaround, and he followed his shot without going over the back.
Bulldogs lead it by 6 points. Again, Smith penetrates but throws it away this time. Sumter with the interception. Here comes James Jetter. Hall got a screen, still under pressure, got it away. And Hall chases it down, saves it into McSwain. Blocked. Simmons blocked it twice.
That was a great block. That was great hustle by Jeff and a great block.
Boy, Smith is tough on that fast break as he takes it into the basket.
He's really good with moving without the ball.
We got a player down also at the other end of the court. Willie Bland seems to be injured for Louisiana Tech.
Bland started to get up to a sitting position as you see Wayne Smith driving in for the basket. Bland hasn't gotten up yet. He's on his back at the other free throw line. The lead is back to 8 for Louisiana Tech.
I think one thing Louisville's missing, we've noticed that Louisville doesn't do as much running, and that's because they miss Milt Wagner and Kevin Walls, their point guards. A lot of times, players, when we'll make a turnover, Louisiana Tech will make a turnover, Louisville won't come running back at them because they don't have that guard to go get it and push the ball to make something happen. They always have to set it up.
That's where Bland went down, and it was one of those strange-looking plays that you couldn't really tell what happened. It looked like he maybe landed flat-footed and jolted the hip or the thigh or something. They are rubbing the thigh.
It's been a very physical game. It's funny, this is only the first injury. There's been a lot of beating and banging and a lot of people drawing charges.
And that was a non-contact injury, at least from what we could see on the replay. It looked like he just came down hard and toppled right over.
Right, it's just that pounding, that pounding.
Let's take another look at it, Jerry. I don't know if we can tell anything more conclusive or not. He's number 3, right there under the basket. And watch him land, and you can kind of see the jolt.
Uh-huh.
And then he just goes down. He's being helped off the floor now.
Yeah, it's funny. Sometimes your foot will get planted wrong. When I tore my cartilage, no one had touched me. I just planted my foot wrong and turned the knee wrong. Maybe he just planted his foot and something gave way. When there's a lot of pressure on your body and you've only got 4 inches on the ground of your foot, some things like that can happen.
Bland is a junior college transfer from New Orleans. He's been a very valuable 6th man through the early part of the season. In fact, is their 3rd leading scorer, averaging 13 points per game, even though he does not start.
The attendance tonight here in Diddle Arena for the opening session of the Wendy's Classic, 12,450. And they have at least the majority of the fans here pulling for the Louisville Cardinals to get back into this contest because they would sure be disappointed. At least the Western Kentucky fans sure would be disappointed to see Louisville lose to anybody except Western Kentucky.
That's true. We've got 6 minutes and 27 seconds left to go in the game. And for Louisville to win this game, it's not going to be offensively and quick shots. It's going to be pressure defense. They're going to have to pressure all over the floor, make Louisiana Tech make some turnovers. We were very lucky. You never want to throw the ball back in under your basket.
Wayne Smith missed the free throw, and eventually Louisville came up with the ball, although it exchanged possessions a couple of times. 57-49, nearing the 6-minute mark. Into Thompson. Sumter tried to follow. Thompson gets it back in the corner. Good pass over to Forrest.
He got fouled on that.
Thompson can't pull down the rebound, and Godbolt has it for Louisiana Tech.
That's what Manuel was telling the official going back up the
court. As Denny Crum. He had his arm up in the air and was hitting his arm to show he thought Manuel was hit on the arm. And then we've got contact as Forrest goes to the floor. It'll be an offensive foul on Allen Davis.
That's a great play. Roger Berkman was great at drawing those offensive charges, and Manuel has that knack too. Louisville is going to have to convert. They did a great job of going to the basket, getting 1, 2, 3 shots. They're going to have to convert. They're going to have to hit these free throws.
We'll see Manuel draw the foul as he moves into position. Well, the contact came right at the edge of your screen, but it looked like Allen Davis tried to just run over him. Manuel Forrest, the senior from Louisville Moore High School, has 13 points tonight. Has hit 1 previous free throw, hits on this one. He's 2 for 2 tonight. And for the season, Manuel's hit 10 out of 12.
And he's a very good shooter. They're going to have to get into their press and be very aggressive with it. They have to go for the ball now.
Forrest has played very well for being 60%, as he said he was, with that bruised Achilles. 57-51, 5.5 minutes to go. Godbolt down the middle of the press. Sumter's back as a protector, into Simmons. And he's fouled by McSwain.
Godbolt made a good pass. They had the numbers. They took it to U of L. Made the right decision. Basketball's a game of decisions. He made the right decision.
McSwain comes in under. And he got called for the foul, although it looked like he was just standing his ground.
That's Mark's 4th. He's just going to have to continue playing, though. There's no time to play timid now.
Forrest after the miss by Simmons. Louisville trailing by 8. I got a double high post. Thompson and Sumter were together. Now Thompson down in the low post position. With Jeter on the dribble over to McSwain. Again, Sumter and Thompson together up high. Bad pass out of the reach of Manuel Forrest. Louisiana Tech's ball.
That's where we miss Milt Wagner. We need somebody to create something, and that's the key Louisville's missing. We just don't have a player to make everyone look better, like the Larry Birds and the Magic Johnson. And Milt Wagner was Louisville's player to do that.
In close, Malone, blocked.
Great block by Barry.
And then on the rebound, there's some pushing. That may have been on McSwain, and that is all for McSwain by my count. McSwain did not score tonight. The sophomore from Atlanta, Georgia, fouls out.
Mark had a tough assignment. He was in there. He battled very well. He's just going to have to learn not to pick up some of the silly fouls. He really played solidly defensively, had a few questionable calls.
We have a timeout with 4 minutes and 52 seconds left in the game. The Cards had pulled to within 2 a few moments ago, but now they trail by 8, 59-51.
Give me a light. Bud Light.
If you just ask for a light beer, you never know what you'll get.
Give me a light. Bud Light.
So if you want the less filling light beer with the first name and taste, don't just ask for a light beer.
Hey, give me a light.
Ask them to bring out their best.
No, Bud Light.
Bud Light. Because everything else is just a light.
It's a wild place.
Have a happy holiday with Arby's new Holidays glasses with an elegant holly design along the bottom and a special crown of 22-karat gold around the rim. Come to Arby's today for your Holidays glass with a 22-karat golden halo. And you have been an angel all year, haven't you? Collect a whole set of Holidays glasses only at Arby's.
Only 79 cents with the purchase of a medium soft drink at regular price.
Let's go racing. This Saturday, one night only.
Finally, it's the United States Arena Cross National. Inside Freedom Hall at the fairgrounds. It's a big night of high-flying, bumping and banging, wheel-to-wheel motocross action. All the kings are coming. Both motorcycles and three-wheelers. Blast off this Saturday night at 8 p.m. Tickets available at all Ticketron locations. And the Freedom Hall box office. Plus, Mr. Dynamite Danny Reed in a tournament of destruction. It's a blast.
The man on the board so far this season for Louisville, Mark McSwain, with 9.5 rebounds a game on the average. Tonight, hasn't hit the boards apparently all that well. He only had one before he fouled out. Louisiana Tech with a rebounding advantage of 8 so far in this game at 23-15.
Louisiana Tech called this maybe the biggest regular season game in the school's history. They were really excited about playing Louisville. They're kind of like Virginia Commonwealth in a way, that they're a team that has had some good years, especially last year, but they haven't proven themselves against the powers, and they felt this was an opportunity to do so. So far, they're taking advantage of it, leading by 8 with 4:50 to go. They have possession of the ball. Louisville has to be aggressive defensively.
They really do. They're going to have to get out, deny, and get after them.
Wayne Smith gives it away to Davis. That's Godbolt. Malone trying to break open inside.
They're really spreading it out inside, trying to open it up for Malone on the post up.
Lee and Sumter are really going at it inside there. Jump ball. Louisville gets it. That's what they need. The good aggressive defense. They tie it up and get possession.
Barry's doing a good job, too, because they're trying to get it to Malone, and his job is to front Malone. Malone is 6'9" and 250, and you have to work hard to be able to get around him and front him.
Let's see if Louisville can take advantage of it. They have forced some turnovers, but they haven't been able to score off them. Something Louisiana Tech really took advantage of in the first half. Jeter drops it off to Thompson. Kick it back out. Good pass. Oh, the Hall missed the shot. Thompson rebound. Billy Thompson now with 10 points.
Billy really did a good job of taking his time. He almost traveled, but he didn't. You can tell he was looking around there for the Simmons guy that had blocked a lot of shots.
And that was set up by going inside to Thompson when the defense collapsed, kicked it right back out to Jeff, who had a good shot that he'll usually hit.
They've got a good trap set.
Well, but they break it, though. Now they've got a 3-on-2. Smith wisely pulls up.
He really did. That could have been a key for U of L, though. If they would have hit that one, that could have been the straw that broke the camel's back. If they can play good defense, he allowed Louisville to set up.
Simmons open.
Oh, that's the shot you want him to take. Bingo. He's averaging 4 a game. He bottoms it out.
He has 19 points tonight.
He's played a strong game, obviously, with 19 points, but he's been the difference. With Malone sitting on the bench most of the game.
Forrest off balance into Thompson, block. Good block by Simmons, but Thompson has it back. That one might have been deflected, but it goes in anyway, and he'll go to the line.
That's great determination by Billy. He kept taking it at him. That's what you have to do with shot blockers. You cannot shy away, or they'll continue to block shots. You must take it at them and draw the foul.
3 fouls on Willie Simmons and Billy Thompson from Camden, New Jersey. The leading scorer, the leading assist man for the Cards. This is his first free throw tonight. He's hit 4 out of 5 this season in 2 games. 3-point play makes it 61-56.
6-point game with 3 minutes to go. You can score 6 points. Oh, that's over and back. The official missed that. That is over and back.
Right at the midcourt line.
If you had 3 officials, maybe that would have been called tonight.
Maybe that one would have been called.
The 2, neither one saw it.
You were reading my mind, Dave.
Wayne Smith guarded by Jeter.
The pressure defense, that's the key.
Went on the back door, gave the pass away, and broke inside.
Super assist to Malone.
And a heads-up play by Smith, who gave it away and went right by Jeter.
Is a very smart player. He knows how to move without the ball, and that's the key with getting open.
Sumter Thompson on the follow.
Great follow by Billy.
63-58. Louisville down by 5. 2.5 minutes to go. Plenty of time for the Cards, but they can't let Tech have any easy baskets like that last one. Smith dribbles through traffic out to Davis.
Here's when that 45 shot clock's in Louisville's favor. They just can't slow it down. They have to at least shoot 3 more shots. Louisville's only down 3.
Smith got open again inside.
That's that guard cut. And he's killing Louisville tonight.
He's a lot like John Paxton. He's very good without the ball. It's tough. The defensive guy that moves without the ball, and they pick for him well.
Less than 2 minutes to go. Louisville down by 7. Thompson in close. Missed the shot. Was a good pass, and Billy was in a good spot. Couldn't get it to go in. Jeff Hall fouls, reaching from behind. That's only the second on Jeff.
We must gamble now. Louisiana Tech can just run out 45 seconds 3 times and still win the game. So we're going to have to gamble by 1 if Louisville converted every time. We have to have some steals.
Herbert Crook off the Louisville bench. Also Chris West has already come in. Crook waiting to check in. Alan Davis, the senior from Monroe, averages 12 a game, has scored 15 tonight.
Not only that, you need some steals. You need them to miss the free throw.
He has 1 in the bonus here.
It's been a tough night.
That makes the lead 8.
We have to give Louisiana Tech a little credit. They have really played well. They've kept their composure.
Timeout for Louisville. 1:36 left. 66-58. The Cards don't have much time left.
When it comes to getting to the high ground, there's nothing like having a faithful companion. The new Toyota 4x4 SR5 Extra Cab, powering you to the top with a new electronically fuel-injected engine that supplies this truck with more horsepower than any other in its class. The new Toyota 4x4.
Now this is a friend forever.
We are having a heat wave, 92 degrees and going nowhere but up. We're looking for a high of 98.
Okay, who's first?
Pepsi, the choice of a new generation.
Who learns more when school's out? In Ashland's America, many of our best teachers, that's who. At Kentucky's new Commonwealth Institute for Teachers, the challenge is to make good teaching even better. Here they learn about new ideas in education through give-and-take sessions with top educators. It's one of many education efforts supported by Ashland Oil. Shouldn't you give your support to Ashland's America, where quality education is an investment we've got to make?
The issue is not how many timeouts remain for each basketball team, too. The issue right now is how much time period remains in this contest. Here in Bowling Green, only 1 minute and 36 seconds. And the Louisville Cardinals find themselves down by 8, and in a moment, it might be 9.
A sportscaster in Louisiana told me this week that Wayne Smith was the key to this team, and boy, what a performance he has come through with tonight with 19 points, a very heady ball player.
And Willie Simmons, the man in the middle, 6'10", who blocked a shot earlier by Barry Sumter, I think blocked one by Billy T also. He is averaging 4 points a game. He has 19 in the game. Those two guys, with Malone picking up those 4 fouls, sitting most of the game on the bench, have been the MVPs for Louisiana Tech. Combined, they are averaging 15 points combined. Each one has 19 tonight, folks.
Connects on the bonus free throw. Louisville down again by 9. They got it to 2 at 49-47, but couldn't get any closer. They brought Malone back in. He kind of helped stave off the rally. They reestablished control, and he went back to the bench. He's back in now. He has 4 fouls. No good. West missed it out of the corner. Thompson has it knocked away. It'll be a foul, and that'll be all for Karl Malone.
That was a good call. I thought the official was going to miss that one.
So did Billy T. He was a little bit irate.
Malone averages 17 points per game, fouls out with 4. He played only about 2 minutes of the first half. He picked up 3 quick fouls and went to the bench. And here he knocks the ball away from Billy Thompson, but hacks him on the arm for his 5th foul.
No question about that call. Louisville is going to have to hit these 2 free throws and get directly into their press, man-to-man tonight, all over the court. They cannot let them get the ball inbounds.
Billy Thompson with 15 points tonight, right on his average.
That's a good shot, and it's always nice to hit your first one in the one-on-one, but it's key that he hits the second one so they can set up in the press. If he misses it, they'll get the rebound, and you can't press as effectively.
67-59. He got it. A minute 10 remaining. They got the press on, and they're having a little trouble.
5. Yeah, great steal.
Tried to draw the charge. Thompson with the ball, but he traveled.
That's a horrible call. The kid was reaching. Oh. First thing, it wasn't that official's call. It was the officials under the basket's call.
They have trouble getting it in. Forrest, off camera, tried to draw the charge. Yeah, he knocked the ball away from Billy. You can't travel if you don't have possession. Louisiana Tech with possession here. Jeter almost with a steal. And now a foul.
And Jeter got hit in the face there.
I think he caught an elbow. That was a bone-breaking call.
James Jeter down. Jerry May coming out to look at him. We can see maybe what happens here.
Jets number 25 on the left-hand side.
Right here.
Right?
Oh, it was his own teammate.
Yeah.
Chris West hit him.
Got him in the eye, didn't he?
Slapped him in the face.
I don't think they can call a foul on West for that.
I didn't see the foul on Chris West against Wainwright.
Been a tough basketball game tonight for the Louisville Cardinals. They jumped ahead, which is what they wanted to do, 3-0. But then Louisiana Tech came back and opened up that halftime lead of 7, 37-30. And Louisville struggled to get back into the basketball game and made a nice run, outscoring Tech 17-12 during one stretch to pull to within 2, 49-47. But then that comeback ran out of steam, and Tech picked it up again, scoring 6 straight. And it's been a pretty good margin for Louisiana Tech ever since.
And a lot of questions. People ask me, why doesn't Coach Crum use more timeouts? Well, he's very smart. During that break of action right there, when James Jeter was down, he had Manuel Forrest over telling him what he wanted everyone to do so he wouldn't have to waste a timeout. That's how he saves his timeouts. So in this last minute, he'll have quite a few of them to use.
Wayne Smith, a 68% free throw shooter. He's 2 out of 3 tonight.
They poor.
He's only a 39% shooter from the field, but he's had a banner night tonight. He has 20 points. Timeout, Louisiana Tech. That's their third. They have one more. 69-60, a 9-point lead for Tech. It's going to be tough for the Cards. Jerry, what do they have to do besides get the ball and score?
First thing, they'll have to, Coach Crum will have to set up an offensive play. They will have to get something to get them 2 points, hopefully 3. They'll go inside with it and try to draw the foul. Louisiana Tech will have to play tentative because they don't want to foul. Second thing, Coach Crum is telling them the defensive press that he wants them to pick up in. They're going to have to pick up all over the floor like they did the play before, get the steal and stick it in, okay? We were supposedly trying to go to the huddle, but I guess they can't get close enough for us to hear Coach Crum. Coach is diagramming on the blackboard where he wants everyone to be because it has to be a quick hitter. We're not going to be able to come down, yo-yo it up the court, let James Jeter go from one side to the other with it. We're going to have to get it, stick it inside, and score. It's got to be a quick hitting play.
Jerry, you're talking earlier about that press that Louisville will put on Louisiana Tech in order to create a turnover, in order to get those steals. The Cardinals have had a lot of difficulty in coming up with steals in the 2 previous games. As a matter of fact, the steal ratio, which has been over the past several years very much in Louisville's favor, is not this year. Opponents have twice as many steals as Louisville.
West brings it up the floor. Jeter is still on the bench after getting poked in the face a while ago. Wow, way too high on the pass from Chris West.
That was the quick hitting play that Coach Crum tried to design. The pass just went a little errant.
Coach Crum stares kind of disbelieving out on the floor. I think it was supposed to be an alley-oop lob, but that was no lob. That was a bullet almost off the backboard.
You're talking about execution. You know what play to call. Everybody knows how the play is supposed to be run, and yet that pass is ever so important, and that's probably the most overlooked aspect of the alley-oop pass is the pass itself. It has got to be there. And it wasn't.
It wasn't, and people don't understand. People make lots of money just for making that pass.
Missed free throw, so Louisville still with hope, trailing by 9, 50 seconds to go. Thompson over to Hall. Jeff, a good shooter, but it's blocked by Simmons. Out of bounds, Louisville will have it.
And here's where Milt Wagner is so important to the team because they cleared one for Milt would get the big basket for them. Now someone else is going to have to take that role. It's Jeff Hall.
Hall misses again. Sumter can't get it. Forrest does. Got it.
Timeout.
Timeout for the Cardinals.
Here were those
17 points for Forrest, cuts the lead down to 7. 39 seconds left at 69-62. Louisville trying to pull it out.
Where are you hurting the most, Jimmy?
Name it. Better straighten up.
Yeah, we don't want to disappoint your fans.
No. Hey, Jimmy, good run.
You had him right from the gate.
Your best deserves the best.
Two Bud Lights.
The less filling light beer with a first name and taste.
Hey, Jimmy.
Right.
Bud Light. We are Pepsi free. Caffeine free.
Now Diet Pepsi Free has NutraSweet. Life just seems to get better and better.
Diet Pepsi free.
Diet Pepsi Free just added something they call NutraSweet. I call it terrific.
Diet Pepsi free.
Diet Pepsi Free with NutraSweet. Everything in life should be this good.
And all that taste is caffeine free.
Terrific.
We are Pepsi free.
Regular and diet.
Forward or something.
69-60, Louisiana Tech with a lead. This season, Louisville has blocked 14 shots, its opponent 4. Tonight, Willie Simmons has blocked 5 Louisville shots.
It was funny. I was looking at the stats, and I just glanced down, and he was averaging 4 a game, and I knew he had played well against Houston, and then I had read that he was a Southland Conference MVP player. I just had that feeling he was going to have a good game, and
long pass. It goes out to Bland, gives the pass away. 35 seconds left. West knocks it out of bounds. It'll be a foul on Chris West.
Well, is this the man you want shooting free throws?
You do statistically, but maybe not tonight.
Not the way not the kind of game he's had. He's been on a roll.
Simmons had shot just 1 free throw this year before tonight. He missed it. Tonight he is 7 of 9 and has 19 points in the game. That foul on Chris West was his 3rd. 34 seconds remaining, 69-62. Louisiana Tech, who has played very well tonight, and Willie Simmons especially.
I've seen weirder things happen, though, in 34 seconds. They're only down 4 points. They could score 8 points in 34 seconds. They're just going to have to play hard and execute and get some breaks.
Down 4 baskets. They got to score them and get the ball back quick. Thompson rebounds with 30 seconds to go. Hall in a hurry. Shoots from the baseline. Up shot. There goes. Morris trying to get it. Thompson does have it. Billy Thompson brings Louisville to within 6. 19 seconds. Foul on Jeff Hall.
Well, it's a good thing he called that foul, too, because Louisiana Tech had to jam at the other end wide open.
That was a smart play by Jeff, but we should have gotten us a timeout after we had scored that basket. The coaches were jumping up and down wanting a timeout, and the players didn't see them.
Louisville does have 2 timeouts left.
Well, offhand, I'd say with 18 seconds to go, your only shot is if Mr. Smith misses this.
That's true.
Wayne Smith, 3 of 4 tonight, now 4 of 5, and that makes the lead 7.
As Billy Packer says, as long as it's an uneven number, somebody's going to win and lose this game. If we can keep it on even numbers, you never know what can happen. Louisville has played well today. Louisiana Tech has just played an exceptional game.
I think this is a very good team Louisville is playing tonight, and as we all know, the Cards are struggling a little bit right now, trying to get everybody's roles defined.
But they've come a long way from tonight in the athletes in action game, that's for dang sure.
72-64, 15 seconds. Here goes Thompson. They let him go by. Pass out to Hall. Jeff's going to drive. Blocked by Simmons again. That's 6 blocks. Hall shoots again. 5 seconds. There goes Smith alone. Forrest fouls him hard. And he'll go to the line for 2. Good play by Manning.
He didn't knock him down, grabbed him, didn't give up the easy 2.
And he didn't do anything mean or malicious, and they shake hands right now. He just didn't want him to make the basket, and I think Smith, being the smart player he is, understood that.
We were saying in the athletes in action game, every game without Milt, as long as they just cut down 1 turnover and shoot a little bit better from the field, they'll do a lot better. Tonight, they just played a team that played very well.
And a team that's no fluke, a team that won 26 games last year.
Definitely not.
4 or 5 starters back.
Right. I'm proud of them. I think they've really played hard, played well tonight.
That's the ball game. Louisiana Tech upsets Louisville. A lot of people will say because the Cards were ranked number 6. But they got that ranking when they still had a healthy team. 73-64 the final for the Bulldogs.
We'll be with you tomorrow night here from the Wendy's Classic with a consolation game. The Louisville Cardinals, now 2-1 officially in the season, will take on the loser of the second game. Jerry Eves, some improvement, some good improvement from last week.
Definitely a great improvement in their ball handling and execution in the second half. If they just keep improving, mid-December, end of January, they'll be ready, middle of January.
So that's the action tonight from Diddle Arena at Western Kentucky University. For Paul Rogers and Jerry Eves, I'm Dave Conrad, reminding you the final score, 73-64. Tech knocks off the 6th-ranked Louisville Cardinals. Good night from Bowling Green.
This WHAS TV 11 sports presentation, University of Louisville basketball, is sponsored by Arby's Roast Beef Restaurants in Louisville. Welcome to Arby's. You're right where you belong. By Bud Light, the less filling beer with the first name and taste. By Ashland Oil, Ashland's America.